Hey everyone, it's December 30th. Got the morning market rundown here. Let's get into this price action. So we see here we have our daily time frame and 30-minute time frame on the right hand side. And we've been monitoring this Fed announcement anchor here, which is we'll make this make sure it's clear. We'll make it this orange line here. So we have the Fed announcement from the orange. We could see the Fed day, aggressive selling, started to get back above the anchor VWAP, reclaim it for a push. We have that declining 5-day moving average. This push and rally has now failed back to this potential higher low. And this is where we're looking for an opportunity to set up. So we have 3-day VWAP, Thursday's VWAP, and the week to date VWAP right here. So if we could start to break this week to date VWAP, consolidate, I think a nice trigger would be to break above that 3-day. And at that point, we'll be having a rising 5-day moving average. And we could get some continuation to feel the break into this all-time high. Okay. So we could see our all-time high. It's the red VWAP here. And we'll make it the red VWAP here. So they match. So if we could rally up to that 3-day VWAP, I think it's a cheat entry to break through that all-time high VWAP, trade into the month to date, and get back up into the 608 region. Maybe get some consolidation and come back and reclaim this 600. So ideally, we rally back up. Ideally, right, we have this scenario where we had the rally up. We're looking for this pullback to come in, and now we're looking to anticipate in this area and participate pretty much on the break of this high here, 595.40, to anticipate that push into the 600, 603 area. And then potentially, like we talked about, that push back to 607. So we got the 607, 604.34. Okay. So that's the scenario I'm looking for the SPY. And it would look something like this here. We're in the pre-market, maybe rally back up to that 2-day VWAP into the daily, get back above the 2-day, trade into that 600 area, nice and smooth, get some profit taken, and then round back up. We prefer something like this to play out over the next couple days. So it's kind of where we looked for this area. So we have this down, it's a consolidation. Don't buy the dip. Don't buy the dip. Right now we're starting to see some strength. We hold this low. We got some strength to then monitor and feel that push. If we start to break down below this 592.19 and crack this 591.59 area, monitor for this flush, reclaim of that, and then for some further downside potential, which could take us back down into this 582.47 area, and then back down to 579.15. So that's the SPY here, right? Wrap this up here on the SPY. We're looking to see, get rid of this price action. We got our pullback that we're looking for, right? Now we're pretty much looking for this kind of scenario where we get this rally above the 2-day VWAP, reclaim our daily VWAP, trade above the 2 and 1-day VWAP to fuel that push early back into that month to date. We're monitoring to see if we could trade above that 3-day and week to date. That's going to give us evidence that we should be able to trade back into that month to date VWAP, year to date VWAP. And then from here, looking to see this become support to fuel continuation back into this 602, 604, 607 potential region. If we break below this 592.27, monitor the break of this low at 590.89 for a continuation down into this potential 588, 582, 579 region. We got the QQQ, right? We had the same, very similar scenario mapped out. We were at the rally here. We were looking for the reclaim of the month-to-date VWAP and for it to bounce up here. So it actually kind of failed in this area, right? And broke below that week-to-date VWAP on Friday. And we couldn't even get back above the 5-day moving average. So then we have our flush out here. And maybe we're looking to see if we can get a rally back up into this area. So from here, we'd be looking something like this here. We get a rally back up. Same concept. It's that month to date, 3-day VWAP. Start to reclaim this area. I think you get a nice potential. Feel a nice push back up into this 530 region for the break of 524, 17 area. So 517, 524, 17 area for a push into 530, and maybe potential push back to that 534 area. So we could see what that looks like here is if we could get some buying, get to that 3-day, week to date, and month to date VWAP, reclaim our daily VWAP and 2-day, and then get going. If we break underneath this VWAP here at 520, monitor a further decline back down into this 512 area, and then maybe potentially down into that 50-day moving average at that 509. So you could see here that maybe we come down to this 514 or this 50-day moving average. We're on a daily time frame. This 50-day moving average right in this premises. So it'd be retesting and maybe potentially set up a higher low, or we get even further profit taking. So these are the scenarios I'm watching. We are underneath the declining 5-day moving average, starting to rise a little bit. If we break above it, it will continue to rise, and we'll get that evidence of buyers reshaping and control. We have a shortened day by no trading Wednesday, keep in mind, and hopefully this was helpful.